counseling, and I want to talk to you today about the Trauma Toolbelt. Now, the Trauma Toolbelt is something every person that has suffered trauma should have on them at all times. Okay, so what's in the tool belt? Well, there are a multitude of things we can put in there, but I'm going to give you some basic ones that I like to put in. Now, the first one that is mandatory is deep breathing. So we are going to do deep breath in, hold, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And we're going to do that 10 times and keep doing it until we feel some calm in our body. Now, the next thing I want you to have in your tool belt is grounding. Now, grounding is simple. You look at 5 things you can hear, 4 things you can see, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and then 1 thing you can taste. Now, if you want to look up grounding, you can Google it and you will find those lists, and have that in your tool belt for when you dissociate, when you go into triggering, a panic attack, or anything such as that. So we have deep breathing and we have the grounding. Next, we're going to use imagery. And at the end of this video, I am going to do a short imagery session with you guys so that you can get a taste for what it feels like. So imagery is a big one. That is my absolute favorite of all time. So I use that a lot with clients. Another thing you can do is muscle relaxation, where you take your arm and you tense it and release it, and tense and hold and release. And then you do the other arm, tense and release. And then you do your eyes, you do your mouth, you do your chest, you do your stomach, you do your thighs, you do your calves, and you all the way through your body until you get a sense of what your body is feeling and doing. And it kind of takes you out of the mental part of trauma triggering. So that is another one, muscle relaxation. So we have deep breathing, we have grounding, we have imagery, we have muscle relaxation. I also like you to have a friend that you can call in case of emergencies on speed dial. Someone you can call if you'd like to pray with them, or if you have no religious beliefs, somebody you can just talk it through and process with. Somebody that knows your trauma, knows what you've been through, and can actually help you kind of sort that through. The other thing that is good is having a group of survivors, whether it's an online group or a support group or a group therapy. I have my own group therapy. If you are ever interested in trauma group therapy, I have a private one, so you can contact me about that. But that is another way you connect with other people that have been through the same type of experiences you have, and it gives you a sense of you're not alone in this, and other people have been through it and understand. And they also can give you feedback on how they've dealt with things. So let's recap. In our tool belt, we have deep breathing, we have grounding, we have imagery, we have muscle relaxation, we have a friend on speed dial, we have a group of trauma survivors to help. So those are some good basic things to start with your tool belt. Now you can look online for other techniques and other things you can do and stick them in your tool belt. And you know what? Message me below this video and add anything you want to add. Add whatever tool that you have found that works for you that I haven't mentioned. I'd love to hear about it. We're always learning and we're always growing and changing, and that's part of this. But we have to have some basic things in our tool belt in order to survive triggers, survive panic attacks, survive disassociation, survive all the things that come with being a trauma survivor. So now that we have our tool belt, I'm going to pick out one. I'm going to pick out imagery, and we're going to go and do an imagery exercise right now. So what I want you to do is just sit back and close your eyes. Okay? Now we're walking together into a field, and now the field smells beautiful, and there are flowers all around. There are blue flowers, green flowers, red flowers, orange flowers, yellow flowers, purple flowers, and there smells like roses and lilacs and lavender and all kinds of beautiful smells. And we're walking through this field of grass and flowers, and it's lined with trees that go as far as you can see. And in the middle of the field, there's a clearing. So we walk out to this beautiful, peaceful clearing. And in the middle of that clearing, there is an easel, like a painting easel. And there's a stand and a stool next to it, and paints and a paintbrush. And what I want you to do, I want you to sit down on that stool. I want you to get comfortable on that stool. And I want you to think, and I want you to take a deep breath, maybe a couple deep breaths. And then I want you to pick up that paintbrush, and I want you to paint the first positive thing that comes into your mind that you feel is coming up for you. It has to be positive. I want it to be positive. So what's the first positive thing that comes to your mind as you're sitting peacefully in this field? Now you can open your eyes. Now that was just a mini tiny picture of what imagery is. And you can do this, you can go to, if you have a safe place, you can go to your safe place in your mind. You can make up your own imagery. You can go to places that make you feel comfortable and safe and happy. But whatever you drew on that easel, I want you to comment in below. I want you to comment where it says subscribe. I want you to subscribe first of all, and then I want you to comment, this is what I wrote on the easel. And just put it in quotes down below. I'm curious to find out, because with each client I've done this exercise with, they've come up with something different on the easel. And some of them are really profound. So I'm really curious to see what you come up with. So if you have any more questions about the Trauma Toolbelt, or you have questions about my group therapy, or have questions about the imagery exercise, just write me below or contact me on Facebook, Instagram, and I look forward to hearing from you. I'm very accessible, and I'll get right back in touch with you. So this is Linda Vitti from Linda Vitti's Life Coaching and Counseling, and we'll see you next time. God bless.